Hello, good evening. Welcome to the year 2024. This is the very first edition of the Purpose and You Talk Show. And my name is Mr. Purpose International, founder of Purpose Discovery Academy, Nigeria's premier and leading purpose and self-discovery academy right here in West Africa. I bring you greetings from everybody at the Purpose Discovery Academy, Purpose Center. Yours truly is excited about this topic tonight and this very first edition of the Purpose and You Talk Show, which is titled The Jack of One Trade. Do you believe that a multiple talented person can hone all those talents and use that one talent for one purpose and also profit while doing that? Or do you think that a talented person has to let go of some of their talents so that they can focus on their purpose for being on this earth? Or what is the role of talent in the fulfillment of one's purpose? Does talent education give you an edge in the marketplace? What are the critical success factors if you have multiple talents? So what helps a man or a woman who has multiple talents succeed in their game, in their craft? All of those questions we'll be attempting to answer tonight. And I have an exciting guest, an interesting personality, somebody that I met in 2007, if I'm not mistaken, and my life turned around. At that time, I was on my self-discovery journey, so I used to be it's funny to say now, but at that time I started out more like a motivational comedian. My self-discovery journey took different turns, took different routes, and he's one of the gentlemen who helped me hone my talent and turn my talent into skill, and the skill was paying some bills at that time. But the acceleration happened when I met him. So today we're talking about a jack of one trade. Jack of one trade. How to profit from all your talents. If you're a multiple talented individual, how do you harness all that talent together and focus that talent for one purpose? How do you profit from all your talents? That's what we're looking at tonight. And my guest tonight, he's somebody who has been in the entertainment industry for over 20 years. Wow, he's been in the entertainment industry for over 20 years. And if you're a young person and you stumble on this video, I want you to know that you are not too young to change the world. You are not too young to also change your life. And if you are a talented individual, you must realize that talent alone is not enough. Talent alone is not enough. So tonight we'll be attempting to answer most of the questions that talented people have, especially people who have multiple talents. So tonight we're looking at the jack of one trade. It's a statement I coined because we grew up hearing a jack of all trade, master of none. Jack of all trade, master of none. But in the discovery of your purpose, you will become the jack of one trade. You may have multiple talents, you may have multiple abilities, but purpose is that thing. It has the power to capture all your talents and help you become a force to be reckoned with. And our guest tonight is such an individual that carries a lot of graces and genius and different expressions that can help anyone watching this video later see how to profit from all their talents. An amazing night, I promise you that. I've sent him an invite to join the live conversation. Let me read his profile so that we can get right into the conversation. Fatokun Olugbenga Oyedeji Jafextra is a singer, songwriter, and is a passionate artist who strongly believes in the authenticity of art. As a result, he draws from what is dear to his heart. A former banker turned entertainer, Jafextra released his first major music hit in 2007 titled Eyan Tata. Jafextra is a hybrid entertainer as he also does stand-up comedy, master of ceremonies, is an OAP, that's on-air personality, is an actor, events planning and execution, just to mention a few. Jafextra is a self-acclaimed Yoruba culture ambassador, and he is vast. If you see him on stage singing, you will be blown away. If you are under a Jafextra show where he's the master of ceremony, you will be blown away. If you happen to see Jafextra during stand-up comedy, you will be wondering, is this the same individual? He's a master entertainer. We are waiting for him to join us live today so that he can tell us how he has been able to manage these multiple talents, how he was able to transition from the banking sector and became a full-blown entertainer. You know, for you to transition from one sector of the economy like that to another sector and then you become a hit and a success, do you need to go to school to learn the trade secrets, or what are the secrets to making such transitions? Those are the questions that we'll be attempting to answer tonight. So we are trusting that the network will cooperate with us so that we can have Jafextra live. All right. Let me attempt to send him another request. Jafextra, if you can hear me, please, can you just send me a request so that I can add you to the conversation? It's going to be an amazing time tonight. It's going to be an amazing time. Please, if you are, wherever you're joining us from, can you just put that in the comment section, your location, your name, what you do, and then please can you send this live video to all your friends that we have started. Purpose and You Talk Show has kicked off the very first for the year 2024. I said in one of my publicity videos for our conference for teenagers that it's not a new year resolution that transforms your life, but a new you resolution. You must be resolute this year to transform yourself. You must be resolute this year to evolve from your old self to a better version of you. Even if you succeeded last year at anything, that is in the past. You must let the past remain in the past. You must not overdwell on your last success so that you will not truncate your own growth, so that you will not truncate and stagnate your growth. The enemy of better is good, and the enemy of best is better. So your last good performance, yes, celebrate it, but don't be stagnated by your last performance. Tonight, we want to look at how to master and profit from all your talents. So we're talking about a jack of one trade, master of all. You know, so I'm still waiting for Jafextra to come on live. That's our guest, my guest for tonight. So if you, wherever you're joining us from, please just let us know in the comment section. John X Milo, thank you for joining us. you for joining. I see you, Isa Precious Jr. Thank you for joining. My name is Mr. Purpose International. My life purpose mastery coach, the founder of the Purpose Discovery Academy. Life, oh, thank you. Oh, this is John. I know you now. This is John, the exceptional writer. All right. So, like I was saying, when I met Jafextra in 2007, I met him on the platform where he was emceeing a wedding event, and there was so much energy. Okay, thank you. Watching from Lekki, Lagos, all the Lekkians, all the Lekkians. Somebody's repping you. So wherever you're joining us from, please just put it in the comment section, and then be kind enough to send this live video to your contacts, to your friends. It's the Purpose and You Talk Show, where we discuss on matters that matter. You know, Dr. Miles Monroe of blessed memory said, and I quote, that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but being alive and not know why. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but being alive and not know why. I'll say that again. Can somebody help me type that in the comment section? The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but being alive and not know why. And I have a favorite quote on Purpose, which is, if you do not know the core reason for your being, you will mismanage the seasons of your life. If you do not know the core reason for your being, you will mismanage the seasons of your life. If you do not know the core reason for your being, you will mismanage the seasons of your life. I'm still waiting for our guests to join. It's not a one-man. I think the network at his end is not allowing him to join. So we're talking about a jack of one trade. Jack of one trade. So while I'm waiting for our guests to join, if you have a question that is related to having multiple talents, please, you can put that in the comment section. Let's make this a Q&A night while we wait for Jafextra to join in. So if you have any question related to purpose, potential, self-discovery, self-transformation, whatever question you have as regards evolving and transforming your talent to skill, and then moving from your level of skill to expertise, then from expertise to mastery, and then from mastery you move up, if you continue practicing, to another height, which is called being a professional. Okay, and there are levels of self-mastery. There are levels of self-mastery, and there's a law. The law of self-mastery states that for you to transform a talent to a skill, you need to have practiced for about 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. You know, that in any field, for you to move from talent to skill, you need to have practiced for about 10,000 hours. To transform your latent talent to skill, you need about 10,000 hours. That's why I'm always very careful when I meet young people who have multiple talents and they want to run in several directions at the same time. What will happen is that your energy will be lean. You will be scattered in different places, and you will never become a master of one. Tonight, remember, we're talking about a jack of one trade, a master of all. Jack of one trade, a master of all. This is like the hack to making all your talents to profit you. The hack, I want to show you, we want to talk about the hack on how all your talents in your lifetime will profit you and you will not be scattered. All right. I see VN007 joining. Thank you. VN, which part of the world are you joining from? Is it Las Vegas? Is it Las Lekki? Where are you joining from? VN is an incredibly talented lady, but today she has moved beyond just being talented to being a master. She has mastered her craft, and she's one of the best voices in the entertainment space. She's not a singer, though she can sing very well. Last Lecky. All right. And Happy New Year to you, Vien. We've not seen or spoken this year. I think I owe you an outing. So tonight we're talking about jack of one trade. I don't know why our guest has not been able to join, but we'll just keep the live show going. It's the Purpose and You talk show. What is one major thing? Oh, beautiful. Vien said I joined the choir today and sang for the first time in a long time in public. Vien has the voice of a nightingale, or a voice sweeter than the nightingale. And I've always known that you're gonna make that move someday. The very first day that I met VN007, one thing just stood out. This is an exceptional entertainer. And when you find your purpose, all right, I'm delighted to say that Jafextra is about to join us live. Oh, wow. Yes, I'm excited. Oh, you're welcome, Vien. You're welcome, Vien. It's such a privilege to have met you and to have been of use to your self-discovery journey. God just used us as a catalyst back then, but you are a superstar. Africa is still going to hear from you, Africa to the world. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, VN007, just go follow her on her page, and you would understand why she is such an amazing mentor in the entertainment space. Jafextra, I've accepted your request. I think the network, we speak to the network in the name of Jesus. Tonight's show must go on, and Jafextra is going to join us live and share his amazing story of how he took a transition. He made a bold move back then. I know the story. I know the background story. But tonight, we want him to share that story of how he moved from the banking industry into the entertainment industry. And there might be somebody watching this video, you are in the wrong industry, you're in the wrong field, you know that there's so much potential on your inside, yearning for expression, but you might be afraid. Tonight's show is for you, or you have multiple talents and you have been groping in the dark because you are pursuing your greatness. Let me say it this way: through the back door. You're trying to get on the big stage through the back door. Tonight's show is going to bring you insights and bring you lights that will give you speed and acceleration. Vivian, I really would love to hear you sing again. That would be so good to see. Oh, when Vivian sings, oh my God, she shatters the glass ceiling. But so I don't make the show about Vivian. I just always get very emotional because her story is such an inspiring one. Let's see. Okay, let me accept again. I've accepted your request, sir. Let's hope that the network allows you to come on live. Okay, while he's trying to come on live, let me read his profile again. Fatokun Olubenga Oyedeji, popularly known as Jafextra, is a singer, a songwriter, and he is a very passionate artist who strongly believes in the authenticity of art. As a result, he draws from what is dear to his heart. Okay, pun intended, by the way. A former banker, or the former banker with the, okay, maybe when he comes up, he'll tell us the name of the bank if he wants to reveal that. A former banker turned entertainer, Jafextra released his first major music hit in 2007, titled Enyo Atata. Wonderful song. Featured Benga Denka, featured, I think it was No More Loss of Blessed Memory, and one other artist that I don't remember right now. Jafextra is a hybrid entertainer, as he also does stand-up comedy, master of ceremonies. He's an OAP, used to run his own show, Yoruba, the first urban Yoruba comedy show on radio. He's also an actor, an events planner. Events planning and execution are his forte, just to mention a few, and he mentors so many. He's been in the entertainment industry for over 20 years, and Jafextra is a self-acclaimed Yoruba culture ambassador. The network must work tonight. We bring Jafextra in the mighty name of Jesus. IG network, whatever the issue is resolved now in Jesus' name. I have to go spiritual. I've accepted the request to go live with Jafextra. This is like the 5th time I'm accepting. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's just fasten your seatbelts, grab a popcorn and a bottle of your favorite cola drink. I'm not here to advertise for anybody. Or if you have Purpose Cola in your fridge, Purpose Cola, yes, you can quickly grab that as well. Oh, wow. I'm trying desperately to accept your request, sir. Oh, okay. Who knows what yes, Purpose Cola coming soon to a store near you. You know, please, who might be able to help us here? He has sent the request several times. I've accepted it, and yet I still can't see him. Okay. Now let me. Okay. Okay. Sir Jafextra, I've sent you a request to join. So.
Finally.
Oh, praise the Lord. Jara.
Hallelujah. What's up, bro?
Okay. I think I can hear you, but I'm yet to see you. So
Oh, yeah.
we're
I can see you, I can hear you, and I can see you.
okay.
So
So
I don't know.
we're making progress.
The, the network has just been
The
crazy.
network must work. This is
Amen.
the network must work. So let me ask. Okay, we can see him. All right. If everybody can see him, then I would just and I know what he looks like. He's tall, dark, and handsome. It's just that he has a lot of
Just I'm sure go here.
bro. So good to see. I'm seeing you in my in my mind's eye. So good to see and hear from you again. You know.
It is so good. It is so good to see you. It's working to my advantage because I can see you and I'm very happy and excited.
Okay. Okay. Since he
Yeah.
can see me and everybody can see, okay, everybody can see you. We'll just get right into it. I read your profile already. I think I read your profile 3 times tonight, and you are
Oh
the
wow.
first guest that I'll be reading his profile 3 times because of this network. That just shows that this year you are going to 3 new continents. Maybe Asia,
Amen. Amen.
Alaska,
Amen. I claim it. I claim
America.
it.
Your music
Like,
is so good. For
oh,
everybody joining, I met this great man in 2007. Then I was trying to, decide should I go into entertainment or stay in my empowerment zone. So I created a brand identity called MC Solution, Motivational Comedy Solution, and he just adopted me and gave me his platform, helped me gain mileage, gave me a lot of jobs and gigs. Meeting a total stranger, and his heart is just very beautiful. So bros, I have not forgotten. I can never forget that which you did back then. So for those who don't know you, all thanks to God, I know. For those who don't know you, can you please introduce yourself and what you do?
okay, so I don't know what you have said or what you read out. I believe it's probably from my profile. My name is Fato Kolubenga Yedeji. I'm an entertainer. That's how I like to just put it on. An entertainment business entrepreneur. That's why how I like to describe myself.
Okay.
I used to work. I used to work in the financial sector. I'm a graduate of geology and mineral resources. I like to learn new things always. I'm an actor. I'm a comedian. I'm a musician. I'm a performer, and I am a concept visualizer and executionist, and I help people package their own ideas and make it come into reality and life.
Wow.
Basically, I do consultation as well for people that have an idea, but they don't know how to develop it, build it, and then make it a concrete thing that they can take to prospective investors or sponsors,
Mm.
basically. And I also I do radio and TV program presentations. Of course, I MC and I do comedy. I mentioned that earlier. But majorly, I sing. I'm into live performances, and like I said, I'm the self-appointed Yoruba brand
Culture
ambassador,
ambassador.
culture ambassador.
You know,
Yes,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
yes,
So, because of our history, the history you and I
yes.
have, I
Okay.
decided not to send you. I decided not to send you the usual questions I send to guests, so that this conversation, yeah, so that this conversation will just flow naturally, and also because I know that you like to be unscripted. You don't like to be, restricted
um,
to a
even if you
particular.
if,
Yeah. So
even if you put script on, if you put a script on, we always flip it.
yeah. So let's go way back to your childhood, because there might be
Okay.
some young people watching this who can learn a thing
Okay.
or two on how they can evolve, evolve correctly. So your childhood, from what you said now, you studied geology.
Yes.
So what influenced the choice of the course you studied in university back then? Back then, did you have enough self-awareness to before you made that decision, or was that what you wanted to study? And then knowing what you know now, would you have still studied geology back then in school?
Okay. So geology wasn't my first choice. It was medicine,
Oh
and
wow.
I didn't make the cut, and then I was given geology, University of Illinois, and then I went for it because I love challenges. And in fact, at the end of the day, I think I'm happier that I did geology than the medicine because it opened a brand new horizon for me. Geology is about the earth and every other thing outside it. So it opened thinking and broaden my mindset about other opportunities that exist in the world. Because I just always wanted to help people, cure people, heal people, take care of people, and that's why I opted for medicine. And geology, knowing what I know now, if chances are reversed that I should be that young me in the past, I probably would have gone straight for entertainment, as in
Theater
probably would have
arts.
studied music or theater arts or something like that. Because it's better when you have an inbuilt talent and then you go to a school to develop and
Yeah.
maximize it, and then your potentials are noticed and then developed faster, because
Yeah.
then you get to quickly earlier in life focus on what your future should be, and you
Should
have a
be.
direction.
Yeah.
Yes, as a
That's
and
valid.
I don't I no regrets, because it's where we found ourselves in, and of course with the mindset of our parents in the past,
Yeah.
they always wanted, if you are not if you are not a doctor or a
Doctor,
lawyer,
you need to be a lawyer
an engineer,
or
if you are not a
a
doctor,
banker.
a lawyer, an engineer, or no, but even before banking became a thing, if you are not a
Yeah.
doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, then you're a joke.
Mm.
That's how they were in the past. So it's recently now that we've learned that. That's why if you look at Europe and America and Western world, their level or their model of upbringing and education focuses mainly on individuals. And they've even changed the model so much that they try and identify the talent or the natural gift of a child as early as age 2, 3 years old. And they help that child focus on that talent and develop it to make sure that that child grows and develops to be the best of
And
the potential.
maximizes that which he came into the world with. And
Yes.
what you just said is the primary assignment of my life is what has become the organization that I run and the cause that we are championing today, the Purpose Discovery Academy in the educational sector. And in fact, that's why I had to step out of, the MC world and entertainment world, because, God just placed that burden on my heart that you can't leave the world the way you met it. That you have found yourself, you can't leave this world without leaving this footprint. And it's not been an easy path. It's been a very difficult path because nobody
I
had
know.
attempted that before.
And
So
you know the truth is, once they hear Mr. Purpose, they think you're a motivational speaker, that you are not that aspire to aspire person. But because I know you and I've seen you, I mean, I've seen several things you've been doing, both in the past, long before you became who you are now. I mean, you're totally different. Like you said, you are from the foundation now. It's not about, oh no, face a tiger. Once you believe you can kill the tiger, no. If you see, I know your own concept is, if you see a tiger, first look for the first escape. And then once you are settled, you can proceed on your journey. Or if you want to kill the tiger, you have to strategize. I mean, it's totally different from acquire to perspire to conquer inside the fire.
so please tell us about your childhood. What was your childhood like?
Oh,
And when did you
oh, that,
discover that you had this talent of entertainment?
I think it must have been from childhood. It was actually from childhood, because I have an older brother that if you remember growing up in, because I grew up in Akure in Ondo State,
Oh
and then
wow.
Jacob and Papi, yes, Jacob and Papi Lolo were the thing there with Baba Salah, Alu. Aha. Those were the comedians then, because they were actors and they infused a lot of comedy into their acting. And then Jacob and Papi Lolo used to sing, used to jab at it, take jabs at each other and stuff.
They're
So my
just
brother and I
jesters.
went, God bless. you. But I just yeah, Father Hero. So we started from there. We would imitate them, mimic them, develop funny stuff. And then at my secondary school, Federal Government College, Iduani. Okay, so before I jump to that, my primary school, I can never forget one major incident. It was a stage play that I was meant to play the major role. And then I don't know what happened. I think the teacher did something that vexed me, and I stopped going for rehearsal.
Mm.
And the person that they tried to replace me with couldn't make the cut
Couldn't make the.
because at all, it's not as if I'm trying to boast, but it was like I was a natural. And the guy found it very difficult to fit into the role. And then my teacher then, I can never forget her, I think she's late now, of blessed memory, Mrs. Ajayi. She came to the class one day and called me and told me about the parable of the sower in the Bible
Mm.
that once you are given a talent, if you bury it, it will die. The others that you have in will die with them.
Mm.
And you know, as a child, I was scared that
Mm.
this will die, God forbid. And the following day, I was back at rehearsal, and that was the story. I acted the role. I still remember the
Mm.
play. I still remember the song that I
Wow.
sang on that particular stage play. Then my secondary school, I went to Federal Government College, Idoani. If you know how Idoani was back in the days, I grew up with a group of very stubborn boys, now men, that our pastime was taking jabs at each other. If you don't have a thick skin, you will cry practically every day. We would seriously after classes, we will form a big circle and then
Wow.
start to sing to yap anybody and everybody, no holds bar. As in when I say no holds bar, I mean no, I say anything, nothing is off the topic. You imagine
Uncensored.
young boys uncensored, we sing anything. And then back in the days, in that secondary school, whenever I crack jokes, they used to say, oh, it's dry, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. And then I finished,
Amatan.
I finished, Amateur. Then I finished secondary school, university, of course, university was geology also. But then, in between geology, I was still doing some entertainment business. Because then we used to organize Mr. Campus, and that was entertainment. Of course, we used to travel around a lot. And then after school, getting a job, when the job wasn't forthcoming, I think I went for a wedding of a friend, and the MC
Okay.
didn't come on time.
Oh.
And I was like, what the hell is delaying this thing? Do you know what? Give me the microphone. And by the time the MC came, he himself could not even, I can't even remember, he couldn't even take over anymore because I had a
Wow.
crowd. Yes, I had a crowd.
Wow.
But because he was paid, we had to give him an opportunity to say his own bit. But
Did he give you part
everybody
of the
insisted that
payment?
I didn't even think of money then. I didn't
Wow.
think it was my guy. So I didn't think of money then. And I think that was before I got into the banking. And then while at the bank, some jobs were coming off and on. And then after a while, of course, the music has always been part of me. I
Okay.
intentionally say anything about the music now. The music has always been part of me. I take anything and I turn it into music. Most times I wake up from my sleep, and that's the crazy
With songs.
part of it, with songs playing in my head that I've never heard before, and the lyrics will just pause. Some just the chorus, nobody of work, just the chorus, the melody, and I'll quickly record it. In fact, on my phone right now, I think I have over 1,000 recorded voice notes of different songs.
Wow.
It's it is crazy. So I think it was 2004 that I decided that you know what, let me take a bold step and try and get into the studio. And then I recorded my first song then, Sounds of Your Love. It was a dancehall song. And now, so I recorded it with Joe Kenny. I took it to DJ Humility at uh, Reading FM.
Yeah.
And he listened to it, and he listened to it. It was like, yeah, jam, this is a good jam, but man, it's too hardcore. Take it back. Tell OJB that me, the Humility sent you, that OJB should remix it. And truly, truly, OJB did a remix that became a hit then, before Yatata.
Wow.
I'm telling you, before Yatata. But I was still working on the band. And that time was when Alaba was ready.
Who
Apparently,
was
they were
who was
looking
reading?
Alaba,
Alaba.
the Alaba market now that all the musicians used to go to Alaba to sell, yes. So
Yeah, I
apparently
remember.
they were looking for who sang Sounds of Your Love. And I was a banker. So I didn't even know that they were looking for me.
Wow.
And the song made a wave. And then in 2007, I recorded in Yatata in February, I think 2007 February. But I didn't release it until September. And it was the same year I left banking. Because by that time, I already made up my mind that I was going straight fully into entertainment business.
Yes. So
So what
I want us to
led to
talk
that is
about your
another thing. Yeah.
transition. Before you go,
Okay.
before you go on, I want us to talk about
Okay.
your transition from banking straight into entertainment. If I remember correctly, back then you had
Yeah.
you had some fears. So
Mm.
I want you to talk about that, the mindset of a banker having in quotes the stability of salary at the end of the month, and then coming
Yeah.
out is like Peter stepping out of the boat on water. I want you to use your story and how you navigated that season to encourage somebody watching this video tonight or at any time that they're going to watch this video, because we're talking about uh, inborn abilities, and there are a lot of people that have met on this path
Mhm.
of helping people find their true identity that are either sitting on their talents, or some have
Mhm.
buried it, or some are buried with their talents and everything inside a job that is killing them, but they are afraid to leave.
Okay. So let me start with what emboldened me to leave banking. Um, I don't know if you remember the great Mr. Akingbola of the defunct Intercontinental Bank PLC.
Yes, yes. Aristo, Pastor Erastus Akingbola.
Yeah, Erastus Akingbola. So he used to have, we used to organize village meeting. I think every quarter, yes, we call the entire bank staff. We meet at the conference hall at the head office then. And there was something he kept hammering on throughout each time. I think for me, he's been the most sincere and honest teacher I've met. One of the two, because there are two of them that I met. Himself and my first bank manager I ever worked with, Bodiola October. That's another story. So Mr. Erastus always told us at the meeting that you can be rich, you can be healthy, but to combine riches and health and time is
Mm,
what is called wealth.
mm,
I hope you understand what I'm saying.
mm.
So you can have money, but you don't have control over your time.
Yeah.
Somebody is paying you that huge amount of money to come to
Mm-hmm.
your desk or be wherever you have to be in the world to
Mm,
represent that person's interest in
mm,
a business.
mm.
So you might have all the millions, but you are not wealthy.
Wow.
Now you can have good health and not have money,
Mm,
and you have all the time in the world, but you don't have money. It is
mm,
not wealth. But when you have money and you have good health and you have 100% control over your time. Meaning you can decide not to step out of your house all day for the next 3 years, and you are making money. People are working for your ideas because ideas rule the world.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
once you can meet a need, a solution, then you are good to go. So he kept hammering on it, and then some things happened that I don't like to share in public.
Okay.
And then I realized that, wait, if I continue working here, how many years do I want to save enough for me to say I want to retire? And then I have my dreams and aspirations. I want to travel around the world. I want this talent that I have in me. How can I exploit it in such a way that it would feed me and my family and even make me a donor to the society positively? And then I realized that you need to first be a servant somewhere before you can rule. Why is it good to be a servant first? Because you now can put yourself in the position of a servant, a low member of the society, or in the ladder of life. You know that, wait, I've once been here before you can now say you're on top. Now, it's even more difficult in Nigeria and even most places in the world when you do not have the financial backing to step out. I mean, unlike, let's say you find a cure for AIDS today, there are still processes you need to go through. And then there are still the big pharmaceuticals who will want to discredit you because they already have things going for them.
Yes.
So you need somehow to have that financial backing or a reserve. And that is why I always advise every talent. First, if you know your parents, your uncle, or somebody is not financing your talent, get a job. Find something doing that would give you income. From that income, you start to save towards your dream. Now, part of the fears I had when I wanted to leave the banking sector was that, so how do I make this money? How do I get this regular stream of income? Can my MC work alone sustain it? What else do I need to do? Or what else can I do to sustain the life I am going into? And then what don't I need to do? Because, when you're stepping out and there are certain challenges on like peer pressure or, in life, people think that at certain stages of your life, you ought to have certain things going for you. Like, for instance, they will say you are in your late 20s or your early 30s. Why are you still living with your parents?
Societal pressure.
God bless you. Because you are fortunate enough to have money to move out of your parents' house doesn't mean that it's going to work the same way for the next party. Yes. Then you need to find people of like minds, people that are positive thinkers and go-getters like yourself. Because there's nothing wrong in 3, 4 of you coming together to pool funds together to rent an apartment where you guys can grow together. So a lot of these things, most of our talents don't want to consider. They see the glitz and glamour and they want to get there overnight. I mean, I always like to use the story of Whiskey because I'm privy to know one or two things about his past. People just thought that time that Whiskey even blew under Banky W, that he was just a year old in the game. No, Whiskey has been singing since he was 8, 9.
Wow.
Trying to break even as an artist. Say, I'm a young superstar. So before he even met MI to Banky W, Whiskey had already clocked like 8 years of stubbornness, saying I want to be a musician.
Wow. So he had paid the price before he started
That,
playing with the price.
yes, even the people that is rich and mega today, that is from a rich home, has been singing since he was little. The
Mm,
good thing about it is that his father kept a leash on him and tried to groom him to do what I always tell all the talents: get an education,
mm,
get
mm.
no matter what, let it be OND, let it be, just get that
Gets
certificate.
it gives a
Yes,
leverage to the talent. Yeah.
to the talent, or learn a skill. Like, thank God for all this, for the IT community right now. I mean, you don't need to go to a formal school to learn some IT programming languages, which can earn you income. So,
Yes.
but it's still schooling, whether you like to admit that it's formal or informal.
Virtual
It's still
learning.
an
Yes.
education. God bless you. So you need to find or get another source of income, no matter how little, if you know that you do not have that rich backing. And that is just the honest truth. And then you need to be sincere with yourself. Is your talent good enough to make you money?
Mm.
That is one major truth that a lot of these talents don't ask themselves. You see, I mean, I've met several people. I mean, I don't want to use you as an example because you are a talent. You know what you wanted from day one. A couple of people, I've met so many talents that I know they are not talented. They just are forcing it. Both rich and poor. I have met even the rich ones. They did videos, pumped money. They became popular for a short while because the talent wasn't natural and they didn't even bother to try and develop it.
You know,
So
I
it
always
died natural.
say that I always say to young people that imitation leads to limitation. Sounds like a rhyme, but there's a lot of wisdom in it. Imitation
Mm-hmm.
leads to limitation. You know, the young people of today, a lot of young people, they practice what I call group thinking. Whatever
Mm.
is popular in a group, you just see that suddenly there'll be a wave. A lot of young people will move into that space, and they want to also become a quick hit wonder.
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago, stand-up comedy became like the popular thing because there
Yeah.
were some people that paid the price who were
Mm-hmm.
now making money, and also the corporates were using them as their the face of their brands and all of that.
Yeah.
But something that has stood you out, and why I said who will be my first guest for this year, and the answer was just right in front of me. Jafextra. I said, oh, this man that I met 20 years ago is still doing exactly the same thing that I saw him and I heard him say he was going to do. Even though maybe the people in this new generation, they may not know you as much as the Whiskies, the Banky W's, but you have
Yes.
not
Yes.
you have not allowed that to affect who you are, your kind of art, your kind of music. You are making your cool money, but you are true and authentic to yourself, to your brand. And that's what I
Yeah.
want. I want you to now major on that a bit. Because tonight,
Okay.
the topic is jack of one trade,
Mm-hmm.
profiting from your multiple talents. So what is
Yeah.
that thing that has helped you not to feel intimidated by the success
Okay.
of certain other talents in the industry? What has kept Jafextra going strong, even though a lot of people may not know you as much and they will soon know you because popularity will still come once.
They will do. So, so,
Yeah,
so,
because of how good I know you are, I'm always like, oh my God, Nigeria. the world, Africa. A season is going to come whereby your style of music will be like the reigning thing. Because we hear a lot of nonsense. I'm not sorry to say, this is my show. We hear a lot of nonsense in the airwaves just because it's danceable. But you create good music with intelligent lyrics, comical lyrics, fantastic humor, So, and I said, I'm going to use my growing platform to bring some spotlights, to you, also because of what you did for me back then. We don't know who's going to watch this. We don't know how far this will travel, but also because you amplify the message of staying true to your identity and converting all it is you discover into a productive unit that can pay your bills, but you are known for a specific brand identity. So please tell us what has been
Can,
the secret of
can I be
Extra.
excused? Can I be excused for 30
30
seconds?
seconds. All right,
30
sir.
seconds, yes.
All
I'm
right.
coming. Yeah.
So everybody, if you are being inspired, if you are learning from this, please just give me some emojis, some fire emojis, or your favorite emoji to just communicate how interesting or how insightful this edition, the first edition of the Purpose and You Talk Show, is ongoing. Jafextra is a phenomenal artist, and I met him over 20 years ago. And today he's still true to his brand identity, still true to his style of music, and he's a jack of one trade. He's an entertainer that has, oh, thank you, oh, wow. Vien, thank you. The fire is burning down the whole place. So, there are certain people that they might be unknown for 20 years or 25 years, and then suddenly they come into a season of fruition, and they would be people will be wondering, oh, where has this person been all the while? Some of us are like that. Like Joseph. Joseph was taken through the furnace of affliction for over 17 years. The dream that God gave him as a didn't come into fruition until he was 30. And boom, he comes into the position of being a prime minister. Jafextra, sir, are you back? I can't because I still
Yes,
don't know.
I
I
am.
don't know what's okay.
I'm
IG,
back. I'm back. I'm back.
Instagram is just wonderful.
It
I'm just
is. It is.
tonight. So I was asking that
Yes.
what has
What has
been
made me what has made
yes,
me
stay
stay
true
to
to
my
your
craft?
authenticity and to your style and your craft. Your craftsmanship. Uh, so what's been the secret, sir?
Okay. So first I like to say is God,
Mm.
because when there is life, there is hope.
Yeah.
So if you pray hard enough and you're blessed and you have the grace that God has granted you life, every other thing that you dream of, if you work towards it, it will happen in due season. Having said that, so from day one, I've always known what my brand and genre of entertainment is going to be focused on. So don't let me, okay, let me just rephrase that. Initially, I had this very huge concept of, oh, I want to be a hip hop star, all those things, dance hall and everything. And then, like I said, self-assessment is one of the most brutal things I think every individual should do from time to time. And I
Self-assessment.
self-assessment, yes. So I sat down and I asked myself a couple of very key questions, and I realized that the best way forward would be what I am doing right now. And trust me, I've had very close friends advising me on the contrary. As when I mean very close friends, when they come to you and be like, Dad, this your music, not they sell. You sure say no, who they do other things. So,
Mm.
so boy, abandon this your music. Who they okay, how many shows you they go? Your MC work now they give you talk. Why you still they do this music? I don't want to use some of the words I've heard. But you know, when people don't see what you know and what you have said, they don't understand it. They are confused. They have a tendency to use their own exposure to analyze your determination and your plan for your future. So let me digress a little. Some of your alcoholic brands that you are seeing today that are doing regional marketing, I
Yeah.
don't want to name names. My business partner and I had the privilege of meeting one or two of some of their brand managers way back as over 10 years ago, and
Wow.
we advised them to do exactly what they started doing 5 6 years afterwards, and
Wow.
that is what has become a thing right now. For instance, you'll notice that there are some artists, they sing hip hop, but they are regional. They
Mm.
they use the major language they use in passing their messages across are their mother tongue.
Another, oh, yeah.
This was what I saw in 2007.
Mm.
In the future, everybody is going to come to realize that you can only be best with yourself when you are true to your core.
Mm.
I hope I'm making sense.
Oh, yes.
Because, for instance, when you want to pray and the prayer is very genuine, as in coming from a place of heart, forget the rabash kabush thing. You will pass to your original native tongue and you'll be like, Olúwa, kí ni mo ṣe gan? Ẹ dá mi lóhùn. You understand? You
Yeah.
go back to your mother tongue. And I'm not taking away, I'm not trying to disrespect people that can't speak their mother tongue, maybe English or French or whatever other language are what they were brought up with. But the point I'm making is I saw my culture,
Mm.
I saw how beautiful our way of life is. I listened to many of our past musicians, all them for Paake Dairo,
Yeah.
Fatai Rolling, Ebenezer
What I really
Obesanya,
don't.
uh, well, I mean, so many of them. And I realized that we're so rich, even the sound. There was a time, look at Akpala, for instance. Akpala
Yeah.
is basically percussion. Hardly do you hear trumpets or strings. That was our traditional way of music way back before the infusion of other stuff. And
Yeah.
then growth, growth and change are the only things that one should aspire for. So,
Mm.
like Adewale Ayuba said it in the past that whiskey is singing Fuji on hip hop. People
On hip
thought he
hop,
was
right?
joking.
Mm.
Yes, because if you listen to whiskey very well, you listen to his melody and his rhythm way back, you will know that almost this guy has turned Fuji plus Juju
Mm.
into sweet melody on
Hip
hip hop
hop.
beats.
Mm.
Yes, which has taken him round the world and is ruling right now. So back to me and why I'm not intimidated by anybody is the fact that our gifts are different. Um,
Wow.
our our path to success is they are totally different. Our idea of success
It's
is
totally different.
different.
Yeah.
I mean, some people see success in money, Some people see success in how many people's lives they can impact positively, with
Positively.
or without. Yes, I come from that later school of thought,
Mm.
and there's time, God with time. You said a prayer earlier on that by God's grace that some people will have been around for so many years and all of a sudden the paradigm will shift
Yeah.
and then everybody will be like, where has this guy been or who the hell is this guy? And then when you get to hear his story, you'll be like, oh, that guy don't tell, he don't
Mm.
tell, not be today guy. And then you see that that kind of guy will be able to sustain himself for a long
Sustain
time
the
at the top.
level of success. Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
so so for instance, when you look at the likes of Ebenezer Obey, the Sonny Ades of this world. Yes, you can say they're veterans, they've been around the world and stuff. I mean, the new cats have taken over the world, even bigger than how them Sonny did. Yes, then Sonny ruled. I'm still waiting for the artist that will say yeah, his music is big was bigger or as at the time Sonny was younger.
Yeah.
Everything our boys are doing right now, then the likes of Sonny have done it before.
They have
Look at
done it.
Fela.
Yes. Yes.
Fela is global, and Fela is not singing everybody's music. As at the time Fela was coming up, R&B, rock and roll were the big and the biggest brand of music out there. But Fela stuck to his Afrobeat, and then
And he
after a
made the
while,
world listen to it. Yes.
to it, yes, he didn't struggle with anybody. He stayed true to himself. And these are the people that I've learned from. And I realized that certain things you don't force. What you just need to do is pray for good health, longevity, and the strength and the mental capacity to keep improving and carry on. And then with time and God willing, the paradigm will shift and people will come to listen to you. And then that
Wow.
time you become premium. Look at Lagbaja. For you to
Mm.
even listen to Lagbaja now, say you want to have a show and call Lagbaja, you will pay through your nose.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
For some people, chicken change. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of our people get distracted by what they see,
Distracted.
especially now on social media. You see an artist that you don't know yesterday, and then he's on air today, flaunting the big cars, spray money, and you don't know what that guy did to get those things. Do you
Well,
understand?
this is the microwave generation, the Indomie generation, and the 1 minute. Because of the technology is good, is a positive thing, but
Yeah.
there are some basic principles and values of success, of true lasting success, that this generation they don't want to go through it. I always say to young people that
Mm.
the shortest route to success is the longest route to success. The shortest route to success
Yes.
is the longest route
So
to success. But that
yes.
path,
So
not not many people want to take that path. They want to take the quick microwave route to success. Because there's so much for us to discuss, I would like some people to hear your music tonight on this platform.
oh,
So
oh
is
okay.
there is there a way? Is there a way, I don't know if you I maybe I should have told you before now. But do you have maybe on another device? Can you play something that you have maybe in your tata? I love that in your tata so
Okay.
much. So
Just wait.
I can.
Wait. Give me give me a few minutes. Let me see if I
Okay.
can set up something. I'm
All
trying to
right.
set up something. I hope this works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So while Jafextra is doing that, while he's trying to set up uh, his turntable from his end, I would like to say to everyone watching this at this point in time that you see, God put you on this earth as an original. So don't imitate another and become a photocopy. You know, all men are born as originals, but many die as photocopies because they do not discover their own unique purpose for being on the earth. Once you find your own unique purpose, your purpose will point you to your own unique path. And that path, if you follow, you you know, the initial stages may not be beautiful. A wise man once said that if a path is beautiful, ask where it leads to. But if the destination is beautiful, don't mind the path. I'll say it again. If the path is beautiful, ask where it leads to. But if the destination is
No,
beautiful, don't mind the path. Are you set, sir?
yes, I am.
Oh wow, bravo. So ladies and gentlemen, let me walk like an MC now. Oh, distinguished ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, wherever you're watching out to call up a maestro, an African legend, one who carries dynamic creativity and is not ashamed of his nativity. He is an African legend, Yoruba culture ambassador, the one and only, the phenomenal, the exceptional, Jaf Extra. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a clap emoji as he plays us something from his music collection.
I hope you can hear.
Oh, on that
Thank
note,
you.
this is a good note to call it a day. But before we let
Yeah.
you go, before we let you
Okay.
go, sir, can you
Yes.
can you give us can you give an advice to a young person out there who has multiple talents and he's trying to go through what I would call the wide path. Like he wants to do like shortcuts to make it quickly. And then what advice would you give to the 15-year-old version of Jafextra?
Oh, okay. So first, to the person that wants to make it and do shortcut, there is no shortcut to success. Trust me. Any shortcut to money is what you are doing. You can do shortcut to have money, but shortcut to success, nah, never. You have to
Mm,
pay your dues, whether willingly or unwillingly. So if you
mm,
want to have money, yeah, go ahead, do anything you have to do, but it never lasts. So I will
mm,
say, put God first. Put God first. And then please try and walk away from any negativity or crime because that's going to get you in trouble. Then, if you have the talent, never be in a rush. Try and get the right people. Find somebody that has been there, done that. Let that person be your mentor. Or get more experienced people within your circle of people and then try and let them take you through the process. Like I said, there's no shortcut to success. You can have shortcut to have money because that one is all commerce affair. But please
mm,
put God first and then don't ever be discouraged about your talents. That's another thing. Any way that you can try and improve on what you already have, try and get it done. That is legally. If it is music, try and go to music school. If it is comedy, try and move around the comedy. People read a lot because we get a lot of gist from reading for your comedy and then watch movies, listen to the radio, listen to music. Comedy is in every aspect of life. Now to the 15-year-old Jafextra, I would say, ah, to say you know that for just study theater from beginning, from beginning, you know, it probably would have made life a little more easier than it is because then would have started this journey a while back.
Yeah.
Probably would have gotten here faster. But then it's a life experience. The journey is in sweetness. So we're learning along and we're praying to God daily for improvement. You know that's what Jafextra stands for. Eh?
Yeah, I was even going to
Man,
ask what's the meaning of the name Jafextra.
oh, okay. So literally it's Jafun extra. That's fight for extra. So when you
Oh,
want
fight
to
for
take it,
oh,
uh, so when you now want to take it to the intellectual level
yeah.
or spiritual level, so spiritual is man's eternal quest for perfection,
Mm,
and that involves constant and never-ending improvement.
mm, mm.
That's
Man's
because
eternal
there's no
quest
perfect
for
in
improvement.
for,
Wow.
man's eternal quest for perfection.
For perfection. Okay. Which requires continuous improvement
Yes,
from
yes.
what you said. Wow. 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 Such deep. We've learned a lot from you tonight, sir. I've
Thank
taken notes. If you can see I have a note here. I've been taking
yeah.
notes quite, yeah, because uh, as a student of life, I know that what
Yes,
you
sir.
learn will determine how far you go. What you learn, I do
Yeah.
my best to make sure I learn something new every day, even from my children. Funny enough, not funny enough. To the glory of God,
Uh-huh.
I'm a father of two amazing. I'm a father of two amazing children today who teach me every day new things, because in their world nothing is impossible. But we
Yes,
in the
so
adult world, we have been schooled wrongly by life that, hey, don't go there, don't do that, don't climb the window, don't do that. But in children's world, everything is
yeah,
still very possible.
yeah.
So thank you so much. Where can we find Jafextra performing uh, regularly if we want to catch you live, so that anybody
Oh,
watching this video can just catch you at one of your shows or one of the shows that you'll be performing at
oh,
just before you go?
okay. So we have an annual show that's it's called Intl Jafextra Urban Yoruba Comedy Music, Dance and Drama Culture Concert that we
Okay.
do annually at Terra Culture. It's coming up on June 16th this year, Father's Day.
Around your birthday.
My birthday is 4 days after,
Okay.
around it, yes.
Okay.
Uh, so,
Okay.
and then there's a monthly show that we're planning, but I don't want to get ahead of myself because we're still
Okay.
in the process of terms and conditions. So basically that. But every other thing I'll post definitely on social media.
All right. So everybody, the handle to follow is at Jafextra01, at JAFextra01. And like you heard him say, that name is inspired from the thinking of man's eternal quest for perfection, and that requires constant, continuous, tireless, creative improvement. Thank you so much, bros. Thank you so much for blessing us. Thank you so much for accepting to be here. By the way, there was a conference that you were the guest star appearance,
Okay.
2011. Remember that conference in Festa Town?
Oh
We're
yeah.
doing, yes, you came and you spoke to teenagers, and they were
Yeah.
so blessed. We're doing another one this February 14th in the
Oh,
estate where I moved into, for 1,000 teenagers, a free
wow.
conference. So yeah, that's the path to my own success. Blessing the teenage lives with quality inspiration and information, so that they can have a hope for a better future. Since
Yes.
that age bracket, there's a lot of neglect, that
A lot
space
of things
where,
happen that age range.
yes,
I say a lot of things happen that age. Yes.
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. A lot of things happen, and it's just 7 years of a human being's life. An adult will spend just 7 of his years as a teenager, and a lot of damage can be done if nobody is actually paying attention to them. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. So guys, you heard it. The annual show at Terra Culture Intl Jafextra will be happening in the month of June, June 16, by God's grace. Uh,
Amen.
Look out for your tickets. There will be VIP, VVIP. Nobody on this
Yes, sir.
video call should buy the regular ticket because you are not a regular person.
Agree.
And if
Thank
you
you
want
to
to
all the
sponsor,
people that joined me.
I didn't get that.
I said I was thanking, I'm trying to thank everybody that joined the session.
Oh, okay.
VNO, Isaiah Precious, I don't know who else was online. Kingdom, then there's Kingdom. Yes, Kingdom of Glory.
Kingdom of
I'm trying to see the
Glory.
people that,
Yes. That's a church
yeah.
handle. I don't know who is what. I don't know who is watching. That's a church that I was invited to
Mr.
speak at
Olumaya,
last year, and
Mr. Olumaya,
quite a number of people joined. Want to
yes.
say thank you to everybody that joined. Thank you everybody that joined Purpose and You Talk Show tonight. You know, God does not need a crowd to do mighty things in your life. He just needs you to give him permission to change your story. And you might just need to align yourself to some of the principles that Jafextra has shared tonight, and then do the world a favor by being your true, authentic self. All right. I can't still see you, so we have to let you go now. So because
Wait, wait, don't go anywhere first. Let me screen grab it so that I can share it with you.
okay.
Aha, I've done that.
Thank you so much, sir. So because it just
All
felt
right.
as if I'm talking to myself, if not for the audio. In fact, this is the most comical edition of this show where I'm just seeing my face, I'm hearing your voice,
And
and thank
everybody
God
can
for yeah,
see every other person.
interesting. VN007, thank you for helping
Thank you
me,
so much
for
for
reassuring
moderating.
me. Yes,
For,
you know, for just saving my mind. I'm just wondering, is Jafextra truly on this show? But
oh my days.
awesome,
All right.
awesome
Thank you
night.
so much. Thank you so
All right,
much,
boss.
everybody. God bless. Have a prosperous new year ahead. To
Amen.
God's glory.
Amen. So you
All
heard
right.
it from Jafextra, everybody. Go have a prosperous new year. Continue to improve on who you are. Continue to get better at your craft. Don't lose your originality, your authentic self, because all men eventually die, but some never truly lived because they never found their own purpose for being on this earth. This is Mr. Purpose International signing out, but not signing off. I will be back at the beginning of February with another wonderful guest. Please share this video with your friends, your families, and even your foes. God bless you. Exceed as you proceed. Thank you very much.